Alright, so today we're going to change the oil on this I6 Trailblazer. First thing, pull the oil cap off. So, the earlier models have an access door right here, which comes off by turning these two screws. And you can get to the oil drain plug and the filter that way. But some of the newer ones, they don't have that access door. So we have these 13mm bolts here. I'm going to back this one all the way off. Back this one all the way off. Back this one all the way off. And we're just going to loosen this one a couple turns. And then we can just rotate the shield out of the way. So here we have the oil drain plug, and if you go up toward the passenger side, you'll see the oil filter. Now the order that you guys do it is all up to you, but I do the oil filter first. And the reason is, I don't want to have my pan full of 7 quarts of oil and then try to empty out a oil filter into that, splash it everywhere. So I do the filter first, just my preference. Don't matter how you do it. A couple different ways you can get this off. Sometimes they're so tight that you need to use a tool. So your first option is one of these little cup tools. You can put a 6-inch extension on it, and then put your ratchet on that. And then you can get her off that way. If that's not available, you can maneuver a set of filter pliers up in there. Maybe get her loose that way. And if that isn't available, you can take your classic band wrench and get her that way. So there you got a couple options of, what tool to get to do it. Now in the later models, they moved the sway bar so it's right underneath the oil filter. You can't really use the cup tool for doing that. What I usually do is just use my big pliers and then come in through the side and bust them loose that way. Now once you start changing your own oil filter, you're not going to put it on tight enough to the point where you can't take it off with your hand. The tool is more for, this is the first time that you're doing it yourself, and it could be on there super tight. You never know, who put it on. So we're going to slowly back this oil filter off and let the oil filter start to drain out. Fire in the hole. Okay, so we got this thing to a slow drip. I got a rag in my hand to help keep the mess off my work glove. And we can carefully maneuver this thing out of here without really spilling much. You want to make sure that the rubber ring from the old oil filter does not stick to the mounting plate. What can happen is that this ring will stick to the engine block, and you put on your new filter, them shits are going to leak bad. So make sure that you get the old one off. So we're clean there. So I got the new oil filter. It's going to take a little bit of engine oil and rub it around the ring. Now we're just going to install her. Now you don't want to use a tool to tighten that up. Just want to do it by hand. And sometimes, you know, they're a little bit slippery or whatever, and it's hard to get a good grip on it with your hand. So what I do is take some brake parts cleaner. Spray a little bit into a rag. A couple drops on the filter. And using the rag, it really helps get a good grip on it. I'm able to tighten it up by hand pretty good. So the next thing you do is you see what the other guys do on YouTube, and you take your little dinky freaking wrench and you throw that thing out of there. Fuck them things. Get your ratchet, 15mm socket, and bust her loose. Of course, if your drain plug's ever been changed, it might not be a 15mm. Fire in the hole. So we've got it where we just got a little bit trickling out, and really this is the point now where I just put the plug back in. And then using my ratchet with 15mm socket, just give it a little You ain't gotta go crazy with it. Just a little I guess at this point, if you were doing it at home, you would add the oil now and then start the engine, check it for leaks before you go putting the shield back up on there. But I'm pretty sure we got it good, so we're gonna rotate this guy back into place. Ain't gotta go crazy with these things. And if you took this off, it's gonna go back on there. Okay, now we're gonna add the engine oil. If you don't have a funnel, the cool thing you can do is pour your first quart in, carefully of course. Don't want to spill anything. You take a razor, basically cut the bottom part off, and you can use that as a little, you know, improvised funnel. So we're going to go ahead and put the remaining 6 quarts in. Number 5. Number 6. Woohoo! We're almost there. Number 7. Woohoo! We put our oil cap back on. Start her up. Check for leaks. We can peek underneath and see, you know, if something's leaking. Everything looks good. So we're gonna make sure our oil level's good. Alright, so we got some parts and tools here. 7 quarts Mobile 1, new oil filter. We have a 15mm socket with ratchet. Also have a 13mm socket with ratchet, a screwdriver for the access door, and I have a couple oil filter tools. We also got a drain pan and a couple shop rags, keep things clean. So how often should you do this? GM recommends following the oil life monitor. When the oil change light comes on, change the oil, or once a year. Really doing it every 3,000 miles is a waste of money. I run until the light comes on. You don't have to use synthetic oil. It kind of helps with the whole dieseling sound when it's cold out. How much does this usually cost for someone else to do it? Beats me. in places advertised like what, I think it's around 34 bucks with 5 quarts in the filter. Probably throw in another $6 for the 2 additional quarts and you're around 40 bucks. But the problem is that now you've got some asshole trying to sell you stuff, and that is going to be a completely different video. So we're not gonna get off topic on that too much right now. But, I mean, yeah, they're fast. You don't have to like clean up nothing, and you don't have to lay on the ground and shit. Oh, and then it's the fucking. Oh, I couldn't help but take this off and this off and notice that you need an air filter. I couldn't help but notice that your fuel injectors are dirty. Don't even get me started. For the video, I have the truck jacked up, but that's again just to fit the camera in there. I can wiggle up in there and do it without jacking anything up, but just to show you guys, you know, what you're gonna see under there. That's the only reason why I jacked it up. We don't need your advertisements. We don't want to buy a fucking Jaguar. A snapshot in the remember that song? This shit's pretty tight. This shit was dope. Come on in, boy, have an oil filter. You're gonna go far. Keep saying again. Taking away the moments that make up an oil change. Mr. T, Mr. T, something, 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 Mr. T. What is that? Is that a walnut? I don't know how that guy got there. Fuck you, walnut.
What are you doing?
Well, my truck has remote start. Whenever I do any kind of major stuff, like changing the oil or whatever, I don't want the truck to start up on its own. Accidents happen. So by removing the starter relay, there's no way the truck's going to start.